what you expect this year?
Yeah, so I'm a new coach at Blount. Got to see the guys a little bit in June. Was able to go travel with them as the JV coach to a team camp. Was really excited about what I saw, and then late July I got promoted to the varsity job. I really tried to get about 12 to 13 guys that don't play football in for varsity athletics with me, everywhere from sophomores to seniors. And they've been putting in a lot of work for the preseason. Getting the kids to compete and work hard hasn't been a problem at all. So now I'm excited about next week and really get down and teach the fundamentals. And it's kind of hard to, I got an offense in mind, I've got a defense in mind, but I really haven't had a chance to really just get down with a lot of basketball with them. So I'm sure we're going to be a different team come Christmas than we are in October.
You're no stranger to this area. You've coached at Williamson. You've had an opportunity not only to be at Williamson, but some other places as well. And Murphy especially. Talk about what you've learned about the quality of basketball that's being played and what it would take for your program to be successful against other teams from this area.
Well, just kind of go back to, I've been in this area for a while. Moved down in '97 from Indiana. And I mean, they take ball serious up there. We had a 7th grade team, an 8th grade team. Everybody played, all walks of life. Moved down here and not so much. So just from the fundamental aspect, I think that's maybe what the Gulf Coast kind of gets a bad rap on, is we have the athletes. They just don't have the fundamental basketball skills that other areas may have. So that's what I try to implement with my team is it's kind of hard to jazz up passing drills and triple threat drills, but that really is what cuts down your turnovers, helps side defense, chattering and talking on defense. It's things of that nature that the kids aren't doing every day at PE or at the rec. So I just try to enforce a lot of that to kind of just bring their basketball IQ up. With varsity athletics, there's times we can't have the gym, we can't get the weight room, so we take it to the classroom. ACT prep, get down with their grades, because that learning they learn in the classroom, I can see that extend to the basketball court. We'll pull up a Villanova game and just watch how they run their offense. We'll look at some of his Jay Wright's drills, and then we'll go and watch their film, and we'll really see how it carries over from the drill into the game. And then when we put in drills, and then when we get on huddle and watch film, I really want to see them learn and put that work in with their IQ level a lot higher.
You have a lot of football guys that are on your varsity roster, as well as other programs around this area. At this point in time, how do you as the head coach kind of adjust your practices or your roster according to how many football guys you have that are still playing?
So there'll be a lot of freshmen and sophomores that are going to get thrown to the fire, like most coaches do. And then when football comes over, it's kind of a challenge to blend those guys in and not make it football versus basketball, So that's always a challenge. So there's kind of 3 seasons. You got your non-football players season, and then that after Thanksgiving to Christmas season where you're blending your football guys in, trying to find out who's playing on what level. And then you get your January season in where you should be rocking and rolling for your area tournament. So just right now for me, it's tough just as far as maybe even just ordering gear for the guys. Some of these football kids I haven't seen, so I've got to go to them. I don't want to, bother them during football season that much, but hey, what size pants do you wear? What size T-shirt do you wear? And then I got to account for, well, this kid may decide not to play after football's over. So, so that's just from everything from ordering stuff to, who's my point guard, who's my center, all of that stuff is definitely affected when you got half your roster coming from another sport.
What excites you the most about taking this job at Blount and having an opportunity to put your fundamental stamp on this team?
Just being a product of this area, I think Blount is one of the schools that you're going to say is going to be able to compete every year in basketball. So I'm excited to have my hands on this caliber of student athletes, and just see how far we can take it. They finished up at the regionals last year, And we got a lot of those returners coming back, so I mean, Birmingham is our goal.
Lee Hunter, have you seen him play basketball yet?
So I followed them last year when I was at Murphy. We played them twice. Big kid, great footwork around the rim, nice looking jump shot. Now this summer, I know he was playing some AAU ball, but the couple weeks I was in the gym, he wasn't participating. But I've talked to him a few times, and I think he's going to come out, and he'll be a big force around the rim for us.
Quarterback LaMarcus Brown, another one of those football guys that
Oh, yeah.
will be joining you on the basketball team as well.
Mhm.
Do you go back and look at last year's film in order to get a sense of what these guys are capable of doing that you have not had an opportunity to see because they have been playing football?
Yeah, I've got access to the huddle from last year, so I've seen a few games. I've also seen them play. I probably saw them play 4 or 5 times last year. The 2 times we played them at the previous school, and then seeing them play in Christmas tournaments and whatnot. So I'm really familiar with most of the guys on the roster already.
Coach, I know, with being new at Blount, football, SEC schools and all kinds of schools been there, college coaches. How can you ensure or hope to ensure that you can get the same type of results on the basketball side coming to the school for your athletes?
Well, I think winning does that a lot. I've coached football players that have, the head football coach would come watch them play in a basketball game. I never actually saw them play a football game in real life, so they would, and that's something I preach to the kids is you never know who's in the gym, I might have a coach that I know call me from somewhere, hey, how about this kid at Baker? How about this kid at Theodore? Even though, what's your take on him? So, but I tell them a good product sells itself. So if we can go out there, if we can, beat LaFleur the first game, if we can, beat these teams that already have national attention and have national players with national attention, then they're going to come to us.
Who are some of the key starters from last year's team that are coming back?
That are coming back. So right now, the 14 guys I have in my athletic block, none of them played varsity. So until football comes back, I'm not going to have not one returning varsity player that played at Blount last year.
Starting with a new team.
Yeah, so the freshman team did well. They won the freshman league last year. So my sophomore class is real strong. I got a real strong freshman class, so I've got a good JV team right now.
Chris A.I. Suggs, will he be part of your team?
Him and his brother Jarvis are with us. We're still working out the kinks. The same situation where the young man from Baldwin County has went to Spanish Fort. It's the same situation. So they've got to go in, make sure he's in good standing with McGill, make sure they have legitimately moved and made a bona fide move. So they're still working out those kinks. But if him and his little brother are ready to go, that's definitely going to help us before football comes back. Yeah, he's a ball player.
Oh, yeah.
Chris is a ball player. Great kid too.
Any other kids? I know Antonio Jackson, freshman.
AJ.
High expectations for him. Do you see him being part of your varsity?
Oh yeah. The camp I went to in Montgomery, I did the stats for that camp, and he was our leading scorer. Played 3 games we played Carver Montgomery as well. He was our leading. He's put up more points than anybody else. He doesn't look great in drills, being a freshman, but when you let him go play, his length and his shot and his knack for the game. Oh yeah, he was in the gym the other day during ACT. We were holding, and he's in khakis and sneakers, and he's windmilling and jumping over people, dunking. And he's definitely a ticket seller.
Oh yeah.
Definitely a ticket seller. And I think a lot of that comes from football as well.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing that in June.
No.
He wasn't doing that in June. He could dunk, but he wasn't windmilling and jumping over guys.
Thanks, sir.
All right, thank y'all.